Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So today I have a flip through of all of my Kerby Rosanes books. I have 7 of his books. I do want to mention I do not have Anamorphia or Colormorphia, which is a compilation of like his favorites and fan favorites. And then I don't have... There's one other Kerby Rosanes book that's more like, I think it's Phantomorphia and Geomorphia put together in one book. So those are the only 3 books that I don't have, just because like 2 of them are repetitive and then one of them I just didn't like the style of as much. Anyways, so I thought this would be helpful to those who are new to Kerby Rosanes or new to the coloring community, because there are a lot of books and it can be definitely overwhelming, and I would say he is in my top favorite artists. And he obviously is very prolific because he has a number of coloring books out, and so yeah, I feel like this is really helpful so you don't have to like keep jumping to all these different videos to try to decide which of the ones you first want to buy, because it definitely does take time and money to build up a collection. And yeah, so I'll just jump right into it now. Doodle Invasion I think is a lesser known book of his because it's not it's Amazon self-published through Ziflin's. I don't know if that's like an editor he went through, I don't know. And this is a completely different publisher. So this is on Amazon paper. And yeah, so yeah, Ziflin's coloring book, illustrations by Kerby Rosanes. So 2013, so it's been out for almost 10 years. And this one is definitely true to the name. It's Doodle Invasion. If you're familiar with Kerby's work, you can definitely get, like, you can see his style in it, but it is definitely more cartoony, less crosshatched. His other books kind of have a little bit of a different vibe. These are, like, very cutesy and extremely doodly, like, to the point where, it gets a little intimidating, which his earlier books are definitely much more doodly. There's this fairy. One thing that I do like, even though it is on the lower quality paper, is that it's single-sided. So if you want to use something like alcohol markers, you can without having to worry about what's on the other side. And I think I've only completed 1 picture in this book, which I think we're coming up to soon. But for those of you who are Kerby fans and this is the first time you're hearing about this book, I apologize for the complete set syndrome that you might experience. But yeah, it's definitely fun to like look at the pictures in this one and trying to find like all the crazy stuff that's going on. For this, so here's the page that I did. I just stuck with a very limited color palette just because like picking colors for me can sometimes be overwhelming. So if I keep it simple and like the little doodlies are one color and everything else is a different color, then that really helps kind of pull the like doodly elements and the more realistic elements apart from each other. So yeah, that's another little tip. Just do all the doodlies the same color. Oh, look at this. Like sucking in hamburgers. And there's quite a few pictures in this book. I think I've counted how many there are. 50. There's over 50. So you get a decent amount of fun little coloring pages, all sorts of themes. Yeah. This little drooling. Anyways, this one for me is more of like a, hey, this is done by Kerby too. I don't really go for this one when I want to color his stuff. It's just fun to have and fun to look at. Okay, Morphia is, I think, the second book of his that was published in the square format. Anamorphia is the first one. I apologize, I don't have that one. But here's the nameplate page. As you can see, it is also very doodly. You have the animal and it like morphs into these doodles, which is kind of fun. I don't think I've colored a single page in this one just because, again, just like all those tiny little doodly things are really intimidating, but I love the artwork. I think it's really cool. It has a lot of very symmetrical pages, and super cool themes. I love this one, how like the bird morphs out into the butterflies, and then like the contrast between life and like man-made, or so I guess organic and man-made. So yeah, here's another symmetrical page. And there's just all these little doodly things in the waves. There's King, is that like King of the Apes, King Kong? Here we have a bunch of penguins. And yeah, a couple pineapples. So again, the pages that are like symmetrical but still kind of different. Okay, sorry. I'm not gonna look at this page. I'm just gonna show you. I struggle with spiders. So yeah, I love this page, this hot balloon page. So cool. And these beetles are pretty cool. How they're like, is the word is it a cyborg? Is that what it is? This tree is pretty cool too. And then he does have, this was like back when coloring book artists had, and like Hannah Carlson too, had the draw in your own details. And I think Anamorphia had more of this kind of thing. This castle was really cool, but oh my gosh, look at all of that. This dragon's really cool. Here we have a bunch of rabbits and some airships. This one I feel like is very like, has a lot of like steampunk almost futuristic pages. And also this one is a search and find. Yeah, so here's a fill in the stripes with pattern. This is a cool bird. This robot page is really cool. Maybe, so I do need to do, I've been putting this off for like 2 years, but I do need to do my metal tutorial on how I do like different metal, and this would be perfect because of all of that. And then I love this anchor page. I think it's really cool. Just a really beautiful art style. And here's what are those called? Jellyfish. We have a bunch of dinosaurs. This is really cool. So if you love dinosaurs, and then we have horses pulling like a carriage, a leopard. This one was really cool with the mountains and then like the skylines peeking through. This reminds me of that building in South Korea. And then we have camel. I've seen a lot of colorings of this one. It's super popular. This one is really cool because it's like everything is coming out of the cocoon. And then we have, oh, I love this one too, of the whale fighting like the what is that? I just forgot the name of that creature. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And then here's some clocks. Here's another super symmetrical cover page. Reminds me of Greek art and architecture, like Greek and Roman, with like the statue and the columns and stuff. This one, oh, these are seashells. Oh, that's really cool. I haven't looked at this book in a long time, so this is really nice just to be refreshed on what's in here. Here's another like draw your own little designs page. Cool fox. This is a bird. This reminds me a lot of the bird in Phantomorphia. And we have this horse with this awesome botanical mane. And then this is all of the things that you can search for in the book. I feel like out of all of the ones that I have, it has the most items. And then here's the answer key. The end. So that is Endangered. And then his next book is Mythomorphia, which is another extreme coloring and search challenge. I love this book a lot. I think this was the first Kerby book that I bought. And this one is inspired by mythology. So it's got a lot of really cool pages. I've colored a couple. I need to get back. So this is, I need to get back into this book. Sorry, I didn't finish my sentence because I was so excited about the next sentence. So this is kind of when he starts, like you can see a huge transition from like this super doodly to like more of like, here's a story almost. I love this picture, so cool. I'm really sad though because this book is falling apart. Which that's just true of glue-bound books, I suppose. Here's this tree man. Is it a dryad? I don't know. There might be like an actual tree man. I don't know. But this was my first picture in this book. Used budget colored pencils. Yeah, that was really fun. Yeah, you can hear it. Here's some Pegasi. So yeah, you can just see how much it's like less of a doodle. And I love, yeah. I love these. So cool. Like you still have like the little doodly things to find. Oh, look at that. Is it a kraken? That's what it is. It's like space dude. Maybe it's father. Is it like Father Time or something? I don't know. Here's some like nymphs. Gumiho. This is the nine-tailed fox. That thing looks like it's like an orc or a troll. That thing is scary. There are definitely some like more scary looking things in this one. Is that what's his name? Yeti? The Yeti? I've seen a lot of really cool colorings of this particular turtle. Look at that cute little boy. Cool underwater scene. Oh, see, like here's the werewolf. That thing's mouth is drooling. There's like a centaur turning into a tree. Dragons are pretty cool. We got the Sphinx. Oh man, I really want to color on this book again. It's been way too long. It's, what is that? Oh my gosh, I just forgot his name. Minotaur. Oh yeah, here's the other one that I did. This is Medusa. And I kind of like, so this is with Prismacolors. And at first I had her eyes, just the whites of her eyes. But then I decided to color them black. just make it look like, you know, I don't know. But the reason this snake is red is that's like the lead snake. You know how like on a Hydra, if you want to defeat the Hydra, you have to defeat the lead head. So that's kind of the concept for this one. And then we have a satyr on this side. And some sort of other mystical animal. Something. And this is the Egyptian. Is it Ra? Is that who that is? And then we have like this, nasty little, not little, big old snake. It reminds me of that snake from Harry Potter, whatever that thing's called. And then Spider Lady. Okay, sorry. Chinese dragon. Can't remember what it's exactly called. All of those trolls. Okay, I really need to, I've been listening to Rick Riordan's, which one have I been listening to? Apollo? Trials of Apollo. So, I should color this while I listen to that. Yeah. So, here's another horse with, like, roses coming off of the mane. And then this dragon is gonna eat the moon. Yikes. I think that's I'm gonna say that's an Asian and mythological animal. Monster. Oh, those things are okay. Those creep me out, sorry. The centaur. The three-headed dog. This one would be really cool because it looks like there's like fire and smoke and rocks just coming off of this thing. It's like he like just jumped out of Hades or something. I don't know. And then we have some like mermaids and dragon, and you get that like super doodly effect on this one. I think this is the doodliest page in this book. And then there's all the things to find, and then the answer key. So that's Mythomorphia. Okay, and then Phantomorphia and Geomorphia are really thin, which a lot of the coloring community was not happy about. And they were supposedly his last books, and I think he ended up going with a different publisher with these other ones later. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, so these two were supposed to be his last books, and it was definitely like a money grab, so they finally ended up compiling these two into one. So you can get these separately if you like most of the pictures in one and not really the other. Or just buy the whole set. So Phantomorphia, I have completed all of the pictures except for this one because this is a duplicate. It's in the last end of the book too. Another thing about this one is it's single-sided, which has its pluses and minuses. Pluses, you can use whatever you want. Minuses, this less picture and you don't get the like beautiful full spreads that Kerby is so good at. So, also just falling apart, which is okay, I don't mind that too much. But it is something that is a deal breaker for, so just be aware. It's gonna, this is when I was trying to finish this book, I was like, I'm just gonna put a wash over the page, call it done. So, this page is the first one I did in here. Super cool crow. I think it's helpful to sometimes see what completed pages look like, because when you don't see what it looks like colored, it feels really daunting. So I love this one, like this chrome skull. I'll make this pretty fast. I do have a full flip through that like talks more about what colors I used. Oh my gosh, not what colors. What media I used. yeah, I love this like copper dragon thing. And these colors, I love that. There's definitely a lot more like I don't really know how to explain the theme. It's very I don't know how to explain it. But there's a lot of like futuristic robotic type things. Like this is like a robotic type of a spider. I love this page so much. I think this is the second page that I did in here. This one I used ink and alcohol markers, so that was nice to just be able to experiment. Some of these pictures I do not like how they turned out, and others I'm just like, this is awesome. So yeah, I just think it's helpful sometimes too to see what completed pages look like, because some of these, when they didn't have any color on them, I was like, there's no way that I'm gonna even color that. This is a perfect example of that. I was like, how in the world, like what in the world am I gonna do to color this thing? And then added color in it, like, oh, now I know what I want to do. So yeah, here's the one that repeated, and I just did like a color gradient. And then here's the things to look for in the key. Yeah, so this is what the cover of Anamorphia looks like, if anyone was interested. So that's Phantomorphia. And then Geomorphia. I have several done in this one. This one is really cool. I was super excited about this one coming out. Super excited because it just is really cool. So here's this beetle with like a city, and it's like turning into a tree. It's just really cool. And then all of these like crystals or rocks or something, going to this castle. Super cool. And there's like a witch. So it'd be cool to like make this look like Emerald City in Wizard of Oz or something. I don't know. Or some other fantastical city. I don't know. This one is really cool. I love this one. So there's like the dinosaur head and the trees going through it. Some people don't like Geomorphia and Phantomorphia, but I mean, obviously, really love these ones. A lot more than his. I love all of his books. Okay, end of story. But yeah, this one is really cool because it's like sand that turns into the ocean. And then here we have this giant squid with an island on his head. Here's one that I did. The polar bear that's like an iceberg. Really cool. Like a tornado. And it's like Paradise Falls. Everybody is going to Paradise Falls after like what's his name on Up comes back, and it just gets like all this publicity, and they all go to Paradise Falls in their hot air balloons. Just kidding. If you can't tell, I really like to make up stories about the pictures. This is really cool. It reminds me of, well, this is like, reminds me of something that you would find in like Celtic or like, I don't know, just some like ancient art. Or like, yeah, super cool. This one is really interesting because it's the cityscape in a bat cave. Super interesting. And then we have all these cute little seahorses. This is one of my favorite pictures in this book. It's just so, I love how rich these colors are. This took forever to do. Super long time. Here's this like ocean page, and I don't know about you, but this reminded me of The Last Unicorn, because doesn't like the water turn into a bowl or something? I could be wrong. Here's like an oriental type spread with like the koi fish and the smoke and the trees, And the I can't remember what style of architecture that's called. Here's a snail carrying an island on his back. And then this is like a, what is that called? When you like see all of the different layers of like rock and dirt buildup. I can't remember what that's called technically. But I like this one because it's like, here's this contrast of everything that's alive and then everything that's like dead and preserved over time. Here we have the swirling vortex of terror. Oh, it's just like a thing. Whirlpool? Is that what it's called? With all these, I can envision just like super vivid colors for this page. I love this one. The snake turns into a river? Or does the river turn into the snake? Ooh. And then this is the last picture in here, which is these giraffes. And their horns are like trees. It's pretty cool. And then here's everything you look for and the answer key. Okay, so I think the next book is Colormorphia, and that's a compilation of all of those other books. And then he came out with Worlds Within Worlds. And I fell in love on the spot with this book. Just so cool. Just like, as an artist, to look inside his brain and just get a taste of how he comes up with the ideas in this book would be really cool. So here we have a Stegosaurus, and it's got houses for like the spikes. It's like this modern mixed with the prehistoric. So cool. And this moon, these trees growing out. I just want to color every single page in this book. I love this. This house and this tortoise. It's like his shell. I'm sorry, I might spend a lot of time on this flip through for this one. It's just so cool. It's like, I'm speechless. Like this meteor where it's like all of this ocean organic matter coming off of it and it's crashing into the earth. And this like dragon that's like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. I've seen a lot of really cool colorings of this one. It's like it's this like India and this dragon scales and sorry. I really love this book. And then we have like this futuristic city with these blimps. So cool. And then like sorry, I'm trying to think. I think it's the Colosseum. The Parthenon. Because Parthenon is Greek. Yeah. So this is like reflective of that architecture in this nature. So it's like, our world in like 10,000 years when this is flooded with ocean and it's just, yeah. Just cool, like, village on this horns. Okay, this reminds me of Zelda. Does anybody else get Zelda vibes with this? Because, like, it's like the architecture and the lanterns. Breath of the Wild. Anybody? Really cool. And then, like, all these huts on this big old squid. It's just so cool. They're just, like, I think this is one of his best books. Like, he has really good books, but this one is just in another world. That pun was not intended, but very handy. It's really cool. It's like another futuristic city. This one is interesting. It's like these jars of all these different worlds. Interesting. And then here we have this monkey and this cat, and this looks very Egyptian. This one looks pretty Mesoamerican, but I don't know if that's like Mesoamerica or if it's like Incan, but really cool. And then like look, there's like trees growing in this apple core, and these crowns are really cool. This just is so cool. I'm sorry. Wait, I should not apologize. This is nothing to apologize for. It's just so like thoughtful, and you can see like some of the concepts in here are very similar to the theme of Fragile World, which I think is interesting. Oh, I love this page. Oh, I multicolored every page in this book. It's just so beautiful and amazing. Here's these ants, and they're carrying all these different buildings on their leaves. And then there's like these koi. Oh, no way. Okay, sorry, I got distracted. But look, they're surfing in the fins of the beta fish. I think they're beta. Okay, and then here's the one double page spread that I've done in here. It's like, these are, you know those little statues, die-cast statues of animals? This is like the borrowers set up house in those. Really cool. Oh, look at this happy little sloth with the like village dangling off of his fur. So cool. And these whales splashing out of the flowers. Oh, this one's really cool. It's like Egyptian mixed with like, that's really interesting. Trying to think of Holland, Denmark. Interesting. Oh, this is really cool. Space helmet with the llamas. This is definitely an Incan, or it could be Mesoamerican, but I think it's supposed to be Incan. This is Snake with the subway. Sorry, I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit. Yeah. These candles. This is in Egypt, I believe. Is it in Egypt? I'm second guessing myself. There's definitely a lot of like past architecture in this, inspired in this book, which is really cool. This lion. Oh, can you imagine? Okay, I can imagine. These are like trees that are ready for fall, so they're those vibrant red, purple, orange, yellowy colors. Oh, so cool for the name. And here we have iguanas with the pyramids swimming in the water. Oh, and these Russian nesting dolls. If it seems like I'm gushing over this book, I admit it. I am gushing over this book. Oh, so cool. Here we have some raptors, and they have space scenes on their wings. And then we have leopard with all these lanterns. And this is the reason behind earthquakes, is these big old rams are fighting it out. Okay, these shoes are probably one of the more popular pages that people have colored, and I've seen some really good colorings of this one. And then here we have the Rosetta Stone, right? So it's like the super ancient history right here. Hieroglyphics. And then futuristic, steampunk, it's like this just merging of everything. Here's the Inca. Sorry, I get Inca and Mesoamerica mixed up a lot because they have a very similar, lots of similarities. And just like this looks like something from Rome, fantasy, just like here's all of it. And then here's the key for all of the hidden objects, which I don't think this one shows which objects to look for, so that's a first. So that's Worlds Within Worlds. And that one was released last year, I believe. And then this one is the most recent book of his. This is Fragile World. I don't usually buy books just with animals, but I thought this one was really like drawn from the heart and just very educational on these precious animals that are in danger, and just like remind of how precious the earth really is. So I won't know all of these animals, but it's just really cool and pretty. It's definitely like the least fantasy book because it is based on like real life animals. There are some like this gorilla that has like the waterfall coming off, which is, this one just, I don't know, it just makes me so sad. He looks so sad. And here we have these, I think these penguins are so fun because they have the cool little wispies. And then we have some froggies, some lemurs, here we have another polar bear that's like this ice or this rock going down into the water, which is very similar to the picture in Geomorphia. We have some cute little orangutans and some bison, which is really sad how endangered the bison are in America. And here we have some bugs and some, I think that's a great white shark. So these ones are definitely, these pictures are definitely way more realistic. So if you want to get into coloring more realistic animals, I feel like this is a good book to start with because there's all this cross-hatching, so I feel like it takes away some of that intimidation of recreating fur or figuring out where to put shadows. These cute little guys. Are these otters? Oh, these pandas. Oh, this page will be so pretty. Hippopotamus, fruit bat, I think. Oh, that's really cool. The bird. There's that cheetah. Cranes. I love this elephant. It's really cool. We have owls. And look at that spunky alligator. Or wait, maybe I should see if it's an alligator or a crocodile. I don't know. There's so many animals, which is really sad that there's so many animals that are at risk. I love this tiger and the rhino, which this rhino reminds me of the elephant and the giraffe pictures in Geomorphia. Beautiful parrots. And this turtle. I think this is a shark. These axolotls, is that what they're called? They're so cute. Oh, this one makes me really sad too. I don't know why. Cute little koalas. These beautiful whales. But yeah, the way that he just draws these animals just so striking. And so I think this is the only book that I have that's like just animal themed. Okay, this is an otter. Ooh, hyenas. Sorry, I'm starting to lose my voice, so I'm not talking as much. Because I don't want to start coughing on everyone. Yeah, this is a really cool. Are these anteaters? I think that's an anteater. I thought, as a kid, I thought anteaters were so cool. Look at these pretty narwhals. So, yeah, this is just a really pretty book. And if you want to, like, you know, if you're someone who likes coloring more realistically, this is nice because he has all the animals listed in the back so that you can look them up and get good color references, which is nice. I think this page is really pretty. Yeah, so, and I also really liked that there's a snippet about what each animal is and kind of like why they're in danger or endangered, whether it's loss of habitat or poaching or over hunting, overfishing, deforestation, that kind of thing. So there's a lot. But yeah, I thought that was a really cool book. Anyways, thanks. If you watched this whole video, thank you. I hope it was helpful in deciding which book that you want to get. And I hope to see you next time. Happy coloring!